All right, you want to hear something funny about hip hop? I grew up in the 90s listening to hip hop, mainstream and underground. And in the 90s, there was college radio. And I don't know if it exists anymore, but I highly doubt it. But back in those days, there was, I wouldn't say thousands, but there was hundreds, if not thousands, of underground rap groups that were legitimately, genuinely talented, creative, just cutting edge shit. Like they were just breaking barriers and doing new shit. Nowadays we have a cookie cutter philosophy where they only allow like 10 MCs to be famous at a time. I don't know, like Kendrick Lamar, Drake, and all that shit, like Lil Wayne. And then there's a subset of these mumble rappers where there's probably like 20 of them, like drill rappers and shit like that. And the drill rappers are funny because they do some hardcore shit, and then all of a sudden they do this voice modulated auto tuning on their voice, and they're just trying to sing love songs, and it's just like, what the fuck? I just miss the old school 90s hip hop. But as I've grown older, I've learned that this whole thing was a fucking CIA government program. It wasn't always that way. There was a lot of creativity. There was a lot of originality. But as you see it culminate to this point, you realize that hip hop this whole time has been narrated by the government. Whether, I don't know what body of, what form of agency it was controlled by, CIA or FBI or whatever, but we got played. The entire hip hop community got played. It was messaging, it was framing, it was brainwash, it was that old school shit that governments do. And hip hop was the platform that was utilized in the 90s into the 2000s. It's still being utilized today in even a more disgusting form, where they have these kids realizing that the only way they're going to make money is if they basically commit suicide through prison or getting shot to maintain their relevancy. This is a sad state of affairs where an entire genre of music is being outed as a government agency program to fuck with the young people in this country. So anybody that's involved with hip hop, just listen to the lyrics, watch the fucking videos. It's plainly obvious that this is satanic. And if they're not playing along with that type of plan, if they're not doing the fucking song and dance, they're not getting propelled into the mainstream. They're not going to get any record sales. When I was a kid, there was a wide array or a bigger spectrum of different. There was a lot more to choose from. Nowadays, it's like basically cookie cutter. Like I said earlier, you have to fit a certain frame or it's not going to get played. So at the beginning, it was good. It was beautiful. And now we're at the end of the line and it's disgusting. Hip hop is just like everything else. It's fallen. Unfortunately, I don't respect it anymore. I participated and I have no respect for it anymore at all. It's just hard to stomach listening to it. And now that I know what it was, the proposition, what it was meant to do initially, and why it was propelled into my life and all your lives, it makes it even worse.